I don't really know why, but for some reason not a lot of people have messed with the four-wheel drive version of this truck. And there aren't a lot of aftermarket parts for it, so I just have to buy things and then see if they fit. Welcome back to Garage K, and a big welcome to all of my new subscribers. I think there's like 10 of you. Thanks for subbing, I really appreciate it. Big shout out to Jeff Mackins, who made that all possible by sharing my videos on Facebook. For those of you that have just joined and you don't really know what's going on, I am trying to put Ea11r cappuccino gears inside the transmission of a db52t carry truck. I know that it is possible in a two-wheel drive version. However, I've never seen any information about it being attempted in a four-wheel drive version. So that's what I'm attempting to do. If you are new here, you might not know that much about my truck, and I will do a, what would you call it? A walk around of my truck in the next few weeks so that you can see everything that has been done to it. There's not a lot of standard parts left on it, to be honest. But if you can't wait that long, head over to my Instagram, which is djanetski, D-J-A-N-E-T-S-K-I. And yeah, there's like 2,000 photos or something, like 3,000 photos. There's a lot of cappuccino photos on there, but there is a stack of photos on how I managed to get the engine in the truck that is in it. Anyway, enough from me. Back to the gearboxes. Enjoy. No sense for you. These are all the same length, but no need to worry about which one goes where. Now my very precise tool of separation. Possibly, I might just have no choice but to remove that, which is going to be a 10 mil, I think. It's all getting cleaned anyway before it goes back together, so might as well just pull it apart. I'll get to that one. I need one of these. I love it when it's not even in tight. That's the reverse gear. Reverse gear, the light, reverse light sensor. Very similar to the one, very similar to the one that was in the cappuccino. All right, 3 bolts holding that on, and you don't want to let go either. We are loose. Alright, it's a little bit dirty. I think I was right in assuming that this had absolutely nothing to do with getting this apart. Because I reckon that will just lift straight off and leave this there. Though this bearing is here. There is a bearing here, I'm not sure how that's attached, I don't know. Anyway, let's go back to this and see if I can get this to let go. At this point of the day I was having major technical difficulties with the phone. For some reason, Yahoo Auction was causing my camera to shut off, and I didn't realize. So I ended up doing a bunch of stuff and didn't realize that it wasn't being filmed. So to make a long story short, that thing that I said that I wouldn't have to remove to get that cover off, well, of course you have to do that. There's a Allen key bolt that you undo, and then there's a bearing that you pull out, and there's a piece that slides off, and then you just basically have to manhandle the fuck out of it to get that cover to come off. And I ended up breaking one of the tabs off. Oh well, lightweight. That actually didn't help me get the cover off, but because it didn't help me get the cover off, it won't be necessary to get the cover off next time. So no harm, no foul. Anyway. Okay, so we got the end off. And here it is. The reason it was so difficult to get off is because the bearings are in here, press fit into here, and it needed to be persuaded a little bit. I'm a bit disappointed that I snapped that piece off, but it doesn't really matter in the long run. It's not going to make a difference to the way the thing works, or how to get the thing apart, it would seem. This is actually interesting. This is the four-wheel drive engage selector thing. I've seen it a couple of times where this piece has actually been snapped off, and the person's had to remove this, and then put a new selector in. Selector pin. Anyway, tidbit. More technical difficulties. Alright, so here's what happened. I filmed a bunch of stuff. I started making videos. My SD card filled up. I moved a bunch of videos off my phone onto my PC, and at some point 2 files got deleted. So you missed out on seeing me remove 6 bolts and taking the 4-wheel drive transfer case off. So yeah, we're missing a little bit here. Okay, here's where we're at. Took a little bit of a break. I started pulling these apart off screen because I ran out of room on the memory card there. So I managed to get the carry gearbox apart. Got the transfer case over there, and then the 2 halves of the main box here, and we've got the main shaft from the cappuccino and the main shaft from the carry. Now, I got this far, just pulling these pieces off. I already found out that this is not going to work. The reason it's not going to work, the first thing that you'll notice that these are at different lengths. Alright, so I can't use the cappuccino shaft. So I thought I'll move all of the gears off here onto this shaft. And that's when the problem arose of this. This is the cappuccino gear. Trying to put this on the carry shaft, and the bearing won't go in because the actual gear hole is the same as the shaft, so no dice for bearing. And that was the end of that dream. This is not possible. I could have a custom shaft made, but I don't have that kind of money, especially not to spend on a carry truck. One guy told me that I might be able to get a shaft made for around $1,200, but again, that's a little bit out of my budget. I don't think I'm going to spend that much just to get this. So my focus will be on getting the drive I want through different final gears, using different gears for in the diff, which I have now, so that won't be a problem. This is very, very disappointing, but hey, now we know. I mean, no one's ever tried this before. or if they have, they never wrote about it in English on, or in Japanese that I could find on the internet. Now it's here. This is not possible. Can't be done. Not in a four-wheel drive. I have heard that it can be done in a two-wheel drive. Maybe in the two-wheel drive this shaft is thinner. Maybe I could get a two-wheel drive box and then try and get the shaft out of that. But because this deals with the four-wheel drive at this end, it's probably still not going to work anyway. And it's a lot of work just to find out that it's not going to work. I'm already here. So we're done. Anyway, it's time to put it back together. Well, on that note, that's the end of this episode. Thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, leave a comment, find me on Instagram, find me on Facebook. See you later.